I believe this is one of those schedule your maintenance, or your maintenance will schedule it for you. I was cleaning up some logs and stuff and it decided to detrack. And it ain't quite straight there. Oops. That's a couple $1,000s. I got about every tool out of the shop right now. Well, almost. I got the new wheel motor put on. It's a different brand, different model, etc. than the original. So the original is the REXROTH. Had all the fittings coming out one side here. And the new one is a lower profile, but the fittings come out different spots. So they give you 2 of these extensions. I only needed 1. The 2-speed here that had this here on there, but I was having issues with this O-ring, so I replaced it with just the one that screws directly in. Same thing with this one. It was one of these, so I happen to have the correct one. The nut part is slightly bigger, so it doesn't ruin the O-ring. I'd suggest changing them 2 out. This one was already the correct style 90, and these fittings are good. So here is how mine is lined up. This is straight vertical. This fitting's almost vertical. You can see that one to the side. This line is kind of a pain to get on. You got to bend the 2-speed a little bit. This one down here, that one pretty much screws on. This is how I have the case drain. Hopefully it doesn't get hit by the track. If it does, I'll have to do something a little bit different there, because I do not have the shields that are supposed to be on here. And the parking brake line, you just give it a slight bend and it screws right on. This is a 2008.5 to, I believe, like a 2011 or so. This motor's supposed to be the same power and speed as the original. This was offered on these machines. If you look in the Case's website or New Holland's website, they do show both of these. So technically, if your lines are all shot, you could get the correct lines for these, and then this would be orientated different, and all that stuff would screw right on. So, but how this thing shelled out, some of these snap ring grooves were almost completely gone. It wore into this housing pretty good on the top side, because the inner bearing completely went out, and that would have been about $3,000 or so to fix, and that's without touching the hydraulic portion, when the sear was $3,800 I believe it was. $3,800, shipped to my door, Texas to Minnesota, in like 3 business days. So not bad. And they included all these fittings and hoses. There's a extra hose that was not needed, might be needed on the older ones. And then, like I said, that other fitting. And then a couple I didn't use, so. I'm gonna throw the track on here. I've already run it and don't see any leaks. So should be good to go. Just have to hope it doesn't hit that hose with anything. Otherwise, good to go.